Okay, you're the youngest minister, Mr. Minister in the Union Cabinet, and I heard that you had a baby. You're a father now in August 2025. I knew his father, Mohan Naidu, so that ages me. But many congratulations on fatherhood. Are you getting more sleepless nights because of your new baby or because of flight cancellations? Flight cancellations की वजह से आपके sleepless nights है या baby की वजह से?
बेबी के वजह से तो नहीं है, बिकॉज ऑफ माई वाइफ, शी इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ देम वेरी गुड एंड शी इज गिविंग मी द स्पेस टू handle this ministry. Then sleepless nights, definitely last 7 days have been very tough for me also handling this kind of situation. But one thing, I don't think my sleep is very, very important here. My focus has been on the passengers and on the situation. So definitely I wanted to be that in front, have the in front approach on the situation, deal with this crisis, get the best approach forward for the passengers. So it is with that mode that I function.
You know, the reason I'm asking you this is because many believe that सब मंत्री डरते हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी का फोन आएगा और कहेगा क्या हो रहा है आपके मंत्रालय में. मोदी जी का फोन आया कि नहीं जिस दिन, खास करके because this happened on the day that the Russian president was in town. So there was chaos apparently in the skies and there was a big meeting going on the ground. So did you get a call from the Prime Minister?
He and his team,
Mohan Naidu, what's going on?
He and his team have been thoroughly following up the situation and taking full updates on this. And their immediate and important focus has always been on the passengers, to take care of the passengers, to reduce their inconvenience at the airports, to give them all the facilities that are required, and then inquire into why this has happened.
But you
so
are admitting that the passengers suffered. You're saying that
absolutely.
You're admitting
absolutely,
today. So do you want to apologize to them just as...
I am thoroughly apologizing as a minister. As a minister of this country, I've told again and again that I have no ego. I am responsible for this sector. I am responsible for what happens at the airports. I am responsible for the airlines, what they do. So definitely,
okay,
definitely.
Yes, Sahil.
मैं एक बार फिर जो पूछा गया था पहले उसी पर मैं आपको ले जाना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि ये बड़ा एक डेंजरस ट्रेंड यहाँ पर नज़र आ रहा है कि एक बड़ी एयरलाइंस जिसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डायरेक्टिव्स दिए हुए हैं कि आपको 1 नवंबर से वो सारे डायरेक्टिव्स इंप्लीमेंट करने पड़ेंगे. हाई कोर्ट ने उनको डायरेक्टिव्स दिए हुए हैं. सो दैट मीन्स उनको पता था कि ये उनको इंप्लीमेंट करना है. कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लग रहा है कि जानबूझकर ये चीज़ें की गई. प्राइम एफेसी इस तरीके की चीज़ें दिख रही है. आपने कमिटी रखी हुई है जो इसका पूरी जांच वगैरह करेगी. अगर उसमें इंडिगो दोषी पाई जाती है कि उन्होंने ये जानबूझकर किया, क्योंकि जो कारण वो दे रहे थे वो सचमुच में रिडिक्यूलस लग रहे थे, वो 4-5 फ्लाइट्स अगर डिले होती है तो कोई समझ सकता है, तो क्या उन पर कार्रवाई होगी? नंबर 1. और नंबर 2, आपने जो राजदीप सवाल पूछ रहे थे कि नए एयरपोर्ट्स बनाए गए कई जगह पे, लेकिन ये भी देखा जा रहा है कि जितने फैनफेयर में उन एयरपोर्ट्स का उद्घाटन हुआ है उतने वो एयरपोर्ट्स यूज़ नहीं हो पा रहे हैं, क्योंकि उसके आसपास कोई डेवलपमेंट नहीं है, कोई ज़्यादा फ्लाइट्स वहाँ पर वर्कआउट नहीं हो रही है. ऐसे कई एग्जाम्पल हम दे सकते हैं. तो उसके लिए क्या किया जाएगा?
Two quick questions.
So 2 quick questions. The first thing, definitely I am saying again and again that any kind of action that is required based on the incompetence of the senior management within Indigo, we won't hesitate to take any kind of action. We will definitely take whatever action is there. We want to follow due process here. We have a rule of law on this land, so definitely we are going to do. And for the second question that you have, we are not only preparing the airports for today, but for tomorrow also. We are doing the airports. Again, the constraint here is that planes that we have today are not ample enough to connect all the airports across the country. There are some prime routes where there is more demand. There are some sectors where there is less viability in those routes, which is exactly why we brought the UDAN scheme. We are finishing 10 years of the UDAN scheme, and the government is extending the UDAN scheme for another 10 years, which is going to facilitate for the connectivity of the unserved and underserved airports in the country, especially in these tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So I can definitely tell you today that as the situation improves in terms of the aircraft fleet improving in the country, definitely we are going to connect all the unconnected airports also.
You know, I want to ask you one final question. We've often found in governments in general, but this government also, ministers don't want to take accountability. Rail accident hua, everybody speaks about it except the railway minister, and this is true of many ministries. First of all, I'm glad.
I don't agree with that.
No,
and I am also an example.
No, so
I'm part of the government.
No,
I'm part of the ministry.
Let me pay you a compliment. Let me pay you a compliment. Ki you are an exception, in my view. Ki you have actually come to address questions, and I think this audience appreciates the fact that a minister is come and is ready to take questions without. So I want to ask you this very clearly. that given the fact that you are answering the questions, do you believe that that should be the policy followed? Next time there's a rail accident, I should be allowed to question the railway minister in the same way that today I'm questioning Mohan Naidu? Or is it because you are younger, थोड़ी energy आपकी ज़्यादा है, that's why you are willing to come in front of the camera?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I won't comment on how other people are asking, but that has never been the idea of the government. बट एक चीज़ अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं ये टफ क्वेश्चंस को फेस कर रहा हूँ, आपको यहाँ पे सामने बैठ के आपके पूरे क्वेश्चंस को मैं आंसर कर रहा हूँ, ये ओरिजिनेट करता है हमारी स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी हिमसेल्फ. आई एम लुकिंग एट हिम एंड फंक्शनिंग हियर. द स्ट्रेंथ दैट आई हैव, द विजन दैट आई हैव, इट एमिनेट्स फ्रॉम हिम. द काइंड ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन दैट ही गिव्स मी is what you are seeing here.
No, he won't
in this crisis.
He won't take the same tough
तभी मेरे
questions
को
from
भी
me
रखा
that
है
you
ना,
do.
तभी मेरे को रखा है ये सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्ट्री में to handle this kind of situation. Why did Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji have one of the youngest people handling this sector? Because he believes in the youth of this country, and I am exactly doing that. Okay. The kind of confidence that he has created. And the other thing that I want to mention here, you would know this more than me. I come from TDP, and my mentor is Chandrababu Naidu garu. And every single time you would have seen that whenever there is a crisis, he is the first person to be there, handle the crisis right in front of the face and create an opportunity out of it and do the best that he can to the people of the country in a very accountable way. If the modus operandi that you had seen now, it follows the rule book of our Chief Minister and our leader Chandrababu Naidu garu. So I have two sides of this where Prime Minister Modi ji is there, who has his inspiring leadership, and my mentor Chandrababu Naidu garu is there. I take both of them as mentors, as guidance from them, and it is with that as a young leader that I am functioning today.
Okay, we've met a minister who clearly knows the right thing to say in today's environment.
You will see that I have the right thing to do also.
Okay. Mohan Naidu, for joining us here, and I hope that many of the passengers will feel a sense of relief from what you have said. We hope that the operations will normalize sooner rather than later. But it's good to have a minister who's come and taken all your questions.
I'll just take the last two lines.
Sorry?
I'll just end it with the last two lines. If you're trying to end it, I'll just want to say something else.
Bolo, very quickly.
So don't fear, everyone. This is the holiday season. Please travel. All the airports are normalized now. All the operations are stabilized. Indigo, which was supposed to be functioning at 2,200 flights per day, we have brought it up to 1947 yesterday. And we are going to touch many more today. So things are back to normal. Whatever this incident has happened, definitely I am also deeply hurt for it. And I am trying to do the best we can so that this kind of situation doesn't come again. But here, you all have to realize that we have one of the safest and best standards for civil aviation across the world. We have one of the best standards, and we are going to carry on the momentum with which we have grown. And one thing I kind of missed saying while doing many interviews also, I'm just taking this opportunity to do it. While I have talked about the passengers, one thing I want the passengers also to be a little bit sympathetic about, I am also sympathetic about, is the ground staff that have been there. Even though they are with Indigo, these people were also caught off guard. They didn't know from the senior management that there are going to be delays. They didn't know the communication that when the flight is going to take off, how many cancellations were happening. But the frontline staff at the airports who were wearing those uniforms, who have just families like us also, they were putting up a brave face. They were standing there, and you have seen how agitated the people were also at that time. But they were facing the situation in a very calm and composed way, trying to do the best they can. So I would like to take this opportunity to offer my best sympathies to them also. They have done a great job on the field, even though they had very little to do with this. I'm again putting the blame on the top senior management, but let us all collectively work here together. We have an excellent sector, civil aviation sector, which is definitely going to grow leaps and bounds. This has definitely been a scar, and we will come out of this in a much stronger way.
जोरदार तालियों के साथ धन्यवाद।